Enoy Extreme Media UJ. Subscribe for all updates.
No need for standing up. I have a list. If you registered, I'll read your name. If you did not, I'm sorry. Honorable Namuga, Honorable Balimwezo, Honorable Ranya Gilbert, Honorable Ewaru Jonathan.
I want to thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and you've asked the right question. Are you safe? You are not safe. How I wish Honorable Musasizi was here. Right Honorable Speaker, we are tired of wasting time in this house. Because when you look at the report of the Physical Infrastructure Committee, get back to the issue of arrears, 1.7 trillion. You only made the commitment of 50 trillion. You have a balance of 150 trillion on arrears. People are here lamenting on roads. Where are you going to get the money? And you cannot come up to say you don't have a budget. We are here wasting time. Chaba Kuzamatete Road, December Bulembiris, you don't have money. Right Honorable Speaker, Mr. Musasizi has to come here and explain why are you putting us in a circus of budgeting. You don't have money. You've severally come to this parliament to lie people. Honorable colleagues, you don't have a budget. You are here lamenting this road, these people have no money. When you look at the unfunded priorities here, you can literally do nothing. So we should get back to the consolidated report on financial statements from the Auditor General. You have nothing. We waste time here, taxpayers' money, for you lamenting about roads when you cannot even afford to walk on a single kilometer next financial year. So he's here nodding his head here and around. We don't have money to work on roads, honorable colleagues. You will talk about the equipment. Finance must come here to show us where they are going to get the money. Look at this, I'm guiding you, we are wasting money. He should respond, but I'm telling you, Right Honorable Speaker, we have no money. Get back to the private sector. Look at the contractors, 23% interest. The foreign contractors, 3%. Why are you frustrating the private sector? You no longer give contracts to the local contractors. We are suffering with foreign contractors. You come here, buy Uganda, build Uganda. From where? You are giving all the contracts to foreigners, 23% interest. Who will make money? Unemployment to the youth. How are you going to give them jobs? Right Honorable Speaker, we need to become serious. Auditor General submitted a report, and as Park Central, we guided. Why don't we first...
Thank you. No, but honorable colleagues, please. Honorable colleagues, we have money, but it's not enough. So, what we are doing here is to manage the scarce resources. Yes, scarcity does not mean there is nothing. Okay? Yeah, because when you see, we can't say there is no money when works has been given around 6.4 trillion. Well, when you're going to get around that much. So there is money, but it's not enough. So how do we manage this scarce resource? That's what we are doing here. So, Honorable Namuga, we cannot abandon this little money we have.
Procedure.
Yes, Honorable Balimwezo, then Honorable Ranya Gilbert.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, well aware that you are a student of economic law. JAM in Uganda is becoming a serious issue. We have projects that are bankable. Kampala Jinja Express Highway is one of the most bankable projects that we have in the country. Like Entebbe Express Highway, one of the most expensive roads in Uganda. By the time they were thinking about Entebbe, they thought it would generate only a mere 2 billion shillings per month. Today, as I speak, Entebbe Express Highway generates over 3.8 billion every month. I believe that Kampala Jinja Express Highway would be even higher, 4 times higher. JAM in Uganda, we lose 240,000 man hours, according to Collins, a UK-based company. We lose 240,000 man hours every day. And this comes to 10 trillion every year. So, since some of us are economics, just think about that. Kampala Jinja Express Highway, up to now, we don't know how much we are supposed to compensate. And when you look critically at the recommendation of the committee, just urging government to prioritize this without even noting how much the pubs require. It's a mess. So I want to thank you, but also request you to give details on Kampala Jinja Express Highway. We spend what?
Thank you. Honorable Ranya Gilbert. Then Honorable Bwaru Jonathan.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I would like to appreciate the committee and the chair, my brother Tona Wany, for presenting an elaborate report. Right Honourable Speaker, for the first time, I would like to appreciate the Minister of Works and his ministry as far as Karomba is concerned. At this time, you have kept your words, and the time frame you are given, you have been following the exact time frame. I would like to appreciate you so much for that. And I pray that all government projects on roads, bridges, the time frame should be kept the way you did. I would like to thank you. Right Honourable Speaker, we have so many roads across the country, and I pray the committee should have prioritized the roads on an equal and balanced manner. All districts, we need good tarmac road, and His Excellency the President promised so many roads across the country. For example, in my district, away Amoro to Rhinocom Road, His Excellency promised 5 years down the road, together with ferry at the Rhinocom. Up to now, we are not seeing the work done. And the committee should have looked at the important roads across the country. There are other roads that connect districts, and those roads are not all that very important because the traffic is not heavy on those roads. But we should have prioritized the heavy traffic roads. Right Honourable Speaker, on Jinja Express Highway, I recall in the 10th Parliament, we borrowed money for Jinja Express Highway.
Thank you. Honorable Bwaru. Honorable, you know the procurement issue that came with Jinja Express. It's an issue we've been handling on the floor. Yeah.
Right Honourable Speaker, the principle of equity demands that we must share what is available. Right Honourable Speaker, when you look at the ministry now wants 6.4.
Means I have to wrap. Standard gauge ready, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Minister, I would like to find out when you are going to pay those who have not yet been paid. On the issue of Amber Court, Budondo Mblamut, Right Honourable Speaker, as my colleague said, year in, year out, we've been hearing about it. It's number 52 on the project supposed to be worked on, hoping this time we will work on it. And Honourable Minister, I would like to inform you that right now the road is impassable because of the rains. I would like to thank the committee and the members for appreciating that the Jinja Kampala Express Highway should be a private road. But as we wait for the main express highway, Right Honourable Speaker, the road is in bad state, lots of accidents, lots of jam, and impassable. Honourable Minister, we need answers. Right Honourable Speaker, a colleague talked about the contracts that are ongoing during the UNRWA time before we took UNRWA back to the ministry. We have a road of Magamaga, Izio Namagera. Honourable Minister, we need answers because that road has to be worked on. Right Honourable Speaker, the committee talked about people encroaching on the Uganda civil aviation land. I think most times people sleep on work. How did these guys encroach? We leave people to encroach on government land, then they build there, then we come and say, please vacate. What happens? Who's responsible? When these guys are encroaching, why do government people sit back and sleep at job? Then afterwards they tell people, they come, they destroy their property, and they send them packing. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Honourable Natkunda Medias, Honourable Semanga Javira.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I will talk about the issue of Ntungamo-Rukunji Highway, which is in a very, very bad state. Just last week, we had an accident, a bus, Perfect Coaches colliding with a taxi, and we lost about 6 lives. And that's just only for last week. If I could mention the number of people that have died on that road, I think there are too many. Kindly give us a solution and work on this road as soon as you can. Then also the road maintenance, the road equipment for maintenance. The funds for maintaining the equipment are too low. The 10% that you give them is just not enough. They used to operate on 15%, but that was also a challenge. What can 10% do? So I kindly request that you increase their budget to 20% so that they are able to maintain the road equipment. Then on the district bridges, just last season, the last rainy season, most of the district bridges were washed away in Rukunji. We have Njoro, Kancheche, all these bridges were washed away, and it is now another rainy season. We don't know what to tell the people. They are all looking on us. They are counting on us for responses. Kindly, Minister of Works, kindly hear the voices of the people of Rukunji and work on these bridges. Then on the districts that are too big and also the terrain of Kigezi, Rukunji is a very big district. One road equipment is not enough. And most of the times it is, when it works on one sub-county, it is out of use. It needs to be maintained. If you cannot give us another equipment, at least let the funds for maintenance be availed at a timely response. I thank you.
Honorable Javira.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the government for the 1 billion grant. However, Right Honorable Speaker, some of that money is used to hire excavators. I would like, Right Honorable Speaker, that this House thinks about giving money of buying excavators per district. Because an excavator can go for 500 million, and when you calculate by 146 districts, that is about 73 billion. It's workable, Right Honorable Speaker. Secondly, I also have issues of roads, for example, Rumbuguli-Antonde. But the challenge, whenever we go to finance, the issue is no funds. No funds. Here are the funds, Right Honorable Speaker. Everyone has talked about Jinja Kampala Express Highway. It is a public-private partnership project. Right Honorable Speaker, we have to investigate, we have to think about PPPs in this country. Because PPPs alone on that project, which is about $1 billion US, they increase the cost by about 20%. Why don't we have an economic analysis by the Minister of Finance and Works here and present to us when it is fully public and PPP? Then we shall solve the problem and save about 20%. Because, Right Honorable Speaker, the traffic jam along Jinja Road, it has been really, traffic jam alone contributes 6% loss of GDP in Uganda. We have to think about it and solve it once and for all. I beg to submit.